known for its beautiful scenery, the architecture, the wonderful cuisine. Over the past 2 weeks, Thailand has also been the global focus for the sport of badminton, as we've witnessed the long-awaited resumption of the HSBC BWF World Tour. 3 tournaments of the very highest quality, all staged here at the magnificent Impact Arena in Bangkok. This week it's the World Tour Finals, the culmination of just 9 events on the 2020 HSBC BWF World Tour. And it's an event which has featured the best of the best. At the start of the week we had the top 8 players and pairs in each of the 5 disciplines. Now, after 3 days of round-robin group play, we're down to the last 4. Because today is semi-finals day, and what a lineup we've got for the second session. We're starting with the second of the women's singles semi-finals, the Olympic champion Carolina Marin, winner of 3 titles during her World Tour campaign, as she's up against the surprise winner of Group B, Pornpawee Chochuwong of Thailand. Then it's the first of the men's singles, and it's a repeat of Group B decider yesterday. The World Championships silver medalist Anders Antonsen, who won the Denmark 750 event. He's up against Wang Suwei of Chinese Taipei, who won the first of the qualifying events, the Saeed Modi 300 in Lucknow. Then it's mixed doubles, and Puaba Anukro and Teirat Tanachai, the World Championship silver medalists who reached the final of all 3 Super 1000 events, winning both titles over the last 2 weeks. They're up against Tong Jikel and Delphine Delroux of France. Then it's the second of the men's singles, and it's also a repeat of yesterday's group decider, and it's also a repeat of the All England final. Victor Axelsen, winner of the Super 1000 Slam, and he's on a 28-match winning streak. He's up against Cho Tien Chen of Chinese Taipei. Then it's the second of the mixed doubles, and So Seung Jae and Chae Yun Jung, winners of Group A, beaten finalists last week at the Toyota Thailand Open. They're up against Go Soon Huat and Siobhan Jamie Lai of Malaysia. So a terrific lineup for our second session. And in the first session, Tai Su Ying of Chinese Taipei has reached an unprecedented 5th final at the end of year championships, because she beat Si Young in 2 straight games, just 37 minutes. So will we have a repeat of the 2 finals in the previous 2 weeks when Tai Su Ying was beaten by Carolina Marin? Or will we see the rising star of Thai badminton, Chochuwong? Well, when we look at their career win-loss records, just to put that into some sort of perspective, Carolina Marin has won 31 titles from 49 finals reached, so she's looking to reach a 50th final. Chochuwong has won just 4 titles from 9 finals reached, so she's very much an up-and-coming player. So the stage is set. The second session
Women's Singles
semi-final.
Please welcome Carolina Marin from Spain.
Dramatic entrance for the players. Carolina Marin looking to reach a 50th career final. She played all 9 World Tour events in the 2020 campaign, and she's won 3 titles, including 2 in the last 2 weeks. She really is in tremendous form.
And please welcome Pornpawee Chochuwong from Thailand.
So, a surprise semi-finals, but my goodness, she earned her right to be here on semi-finals day. Pornpawee Chochuwong topped Group B, beats both the number 2 seed and the number 3 seed in the group stage. And for Chochuwong, this is probably the biggest occasion of her life. the biggest semi-final that she has ever played. It really is a magnificent achievement.
Umpire.
She beat the higher rated teammate Chochuwong on the first day of competition here at the World Tour Finals. And she backed that up a day later by beating the current world number one, Tai Su Ying, who's already through to the final. Now this will be an 8th meeting between these two players, and Carolina Marin has won 6 of the previous 7.
Red or black? Black. It's black. That's right.
So
Service. Have a good match.
Chochuwong won the toss of the coin and has chosen ends. And the last time these two met, it was in the Yonex Thailand Open, a little over 2 weeks ago. It was 21-8, 21-12 in 34 minutes in the second round. And of course Carolina Marin went on to take that title. The left-hander from Spain has really achieved so much. Olympic champion, 3 times world champion, 4-time European champion. And as you can see, she's currently number 6 in the world, but I suspect that will change when the rankings are unfrozen. A total of 66 weeks as world number 1. All 9 World Tour events, winning 3 of them. The Saeed Modi in 2019, and then 2 titles in the last 2 weeks. On Wednesday, she beat Kosetskaya of Russia. On Thursday, Michelle Lee. But she lost the match yesterday to the number 4 seed, Unsi Young, who has already been beaten in the first of the semi-finals. So to her opponent, Pornpawee Chochuwong, who turned 23 a week ago yesterday, born in Rayong on the east coast of the Gulf of Thailand. Currently playing off her highest ranking of 13 in the world, and she's making her first appearance at the World Tour Finals. She won the Spain Masters in Barcelona, and in doing so she beat her opponent of today. She, like Carolina Marin, won her first 2 matches in the group. Ratchanok, she needed 3 games there against the former world number 1. Thursday she beat the current world number 1, Tai Su Ying. And then yesterday she lost to the reigning world champion and winner of this event in 2018, Pusalak Venkata Sindhu. So Bert van Horenbeck of Belgium will be our umpire for this one, and Fabio Betto from Italy, the service judge. Well, I'm Jill Clark, delighted to say that Steen Pedersen, former head coach of the Danish national team, is alongside me. And of course, Carolina Marin has got an overwhelming advantage on the head-to-heads between these two.
Yeah, it's very decisive 6-1, but the one that Chochuwong won, as you said, in Barcelona, I don't think Marin likes that. She would have liked to win on home soil, so I think she'll be able to prove a point here.
Of course, there was sad circumstances around Marin's life at the time. Her father was gravely ill and later passed
Ladies and
away.
gentlemen, on my right, Pornpawee Chochuwong, Thailand. On my left, Carolina Marin, Spain. Carolina Marin to serve. Lovol. Play.
So it's a second semi-final at the end of year championships for Carolina Marin. She was semi-finalist in Dubai in 2015, and how dearly she would like to go
One
at
love.
least one better.
Was that the year when she lost twice to Natsume Okuhara?
That's correct. Who went on to win? Okuhara won the title. Of
love.
course, Dina was saying that for Chochuwong, this is probably the biggest match of her life. Of course, she's won a World Tour event. We've already discussed that in Spain Masters. But this is the best of the best. The World Tour Finals is sort of a higher rating even than the Super 1000s.
It is, and it's in her backyard.
Yeah.
It would be absolutely amazing for her to reach the final here as the first, and when she's there, then she would have the most recent win against her opponent. So
Yeah. That's a lot.
3 love.
So it'd be understandable if Chochuwong was a little bit nervous at the start of this.
yeah. Both are probably a little bit nervous. The thing is, the more you try it, the more you're standing there, the more it becomes a habit, something that you don't think so much about.
4 love.
I think, of course, Marin is more experienced in that department.
Yeah. Oh, that's down the back line.
Serves over. 1-4.
Yes, that's good. Now, Steve, when we were watching Chochuwong in the first 2
2-4.
group matches, I think we called them both, didn't we, against
Yeah, we did.
Ratchanok Intanon and Tai Su Ying. We were getting more and more impressed by her skill development. She seems to have used the time wisely while the world has been on lockdown.
Yeah.
She seems to have really developed her skills and
Serves
deception.
over.
That's definitely fair to say.
5-2.
I think she's got really, really good technical skills. I previously in these 3 weeks here criticised some of the Thai singles players for a little bit of lacking technical skills, and I guess if you compare to Ratchanok, then most will lack a little bit. But, this
Yeah.
woman here is definitely not one of the ones that is lacking much behind. I think,
6-2.
she can make pretty much every shot she wants. No, I think she's become really solid in her game. Didn't make a whole lot of mistakes in the first 2 group matches we saw. Here's Alice Thompson, Spanish coach. She played good defense against Ratchanok in the first round of this tournament, and Tai Su Ying, where she more or less actually took over and commanded the match in the second game.
Oh, that's superb. Well, right on cue when
Serves
we're
over.
talking about her improved
3-6.
skills. There's one on display. Angle cross-court smash finds the line.
Serves over. 7-3.
Well, I like
Service
the
over.
idea.
4-7.
And it's interesting because I can't remember whether it was you or Morton I was talking to about
Yes.
Carolina Marin and
Okay.
the intensity with which she's playing. But one of you said, well, with that more adventurous style and more aggressive style, there will inevitably be a few more mistakes. Was it Morton I was talking to, or was it you?
I think it might have been Morton. beginning here.
Serves over. Eight, 4.
Yeah, and talking about the mistakes, and sometimes you try to play a little bit faster than you actually can, then the mistakes creep in. But I also think actually that playing too slow compared to what you're normally used to can also provoke mistakes. I think we've seen it from Tai Su Ying when the pace drops, she becomes more error prone.
That's a good shot. Well constructed rally by Chochuwong.
And that was some of the
Service
displays she
over.
showed in
5,
Barcelona in that final.
8.
It was a brilliant match. Came back after Marin won the first game, did Chochuwong. Now how good is that? Beating Marin on home soil in Spain after Marin is one game up. I think that's really, really impressive and says something about the mental attitude of Chochuwong. Oh, that's a very good deception.
Yeah.
Serves over. 9-5.
It's like 2 deceptions in that shot. Yeah, she read that.
Yeah. And well left. Yeah, she was waiting for the cross-court attacking
Serve
shot,
up.
wasn't she, Pornpawee?
6, 9.
Yeah. Great anticipation. Well, no player from Thailand has ever reached the women's singles final. In fact, players from Thailand have only ever contested the mixed doubles final previously at the end of year championships.
7, 9. Eight, 9.
Didn't really commit to that service return. Marin was just standing there. Have to move a little bit with the shot, I think.
Oh my goodness.
Serves over.
Is that
10,
nerves?
8.
These 2-3 shots, both players feel that it's important to go to the interval with the advantage.
Oh, I like that. Coming forward,
Service
Chochuwong
over.
reversed, sliced,
9, 10.
final shot to create disguise. Yeah.
It's a
Serves over.
beautiful shot.
11, 9.
So it's a
Interval.
2-point advantage to Carolina Marin here in the opening game at the mid-game interval.
Un par de cosas. Elia, cuando le hace el lob cruzado de derecha, se van fuera del lado también. ¿Vale? Entonces provoca un bloqueo aquí para no ser que la línea un poco dentro, para Elia quiere hacer el lob cruzado y se va fuera. ¿Vale?
Se va fuera de lado.
Sí, va fuera del lado y alguna manera
20
de fondo,
seconds.
¿vale?
20 seconds.
Eso es importante, ¿vale? Y vamos a ver quién confía.
ทำให้เขาเร็วคืออะไรตีเข้าเข้า
Well, it's been very close so far. Only 2 points in it. What's your Spanish like, Steen? Did you catch any of that?
It's
11,
mostly for ordering drinks and food, I think. So I didn't think Hannes Thompson was doing that there, so I'm afraid I can't help you.
Play.
There was something about some crosses, but I really don't know the context of it.
That's perfect.
Serve's over. 10-11.
Another good service return.
Serve's over.
I love that she's turning with
Well,
the backhand instead of the forehand. It's much easier to disguise your backhand returns. If you don't believe me, go back and see Taufik Hidayat play one of the old matches against Peter Gale. Taufik suddenly changed to only serving towards Peter Gale's forehand side. He was so good at returning shots with the backhand.
13-10.
Well, she's opened up a nice little cushion here, the Olympic champion. Three-point advantage.
Yeah, I'm sitting trying to figure out if there's any drift alongside the court. I still think there's a little bit sideways drift left to right, except in Marin's long forehand corner. It's actually a little bit right to left when it comes all the way down there. I think I know it sounds really strange. But we haven't seen Marin clear a lot. We've seen Chochuwong being able to hit Marin's back line a couple of times. Well constructed, that really. So the thing is that it might prevent Marin from playing the back line of Chochuwong with too much confidence if she's playing with the drift, and could limit again just a little bit.
Well, now this is a handsome lead for Marin.
Yeah, also a comforting lead after the loss yesterday. Both players lost yesterday. Their matches, they were already assured of qualifying. Chochuwong was assured of winning the group.
Oh, that's good retrieving. She's playing such an aggressive game, Carolina Marin.
16-10.
What do opponents do? Well, nobody's had the answer over the last 3 weeks, have they?
But I think actually Chochuwong played really well in up until the interval, where she attacked more. We saw her play a flat game and move to the front of the court, something that Marin is not facing very often, partly because a number of her opponents are a bit shorter than Chochuwong, and it's not in their game as much. But she's sort of deviating from it, and that's the way. It's difficult.
Oh my goodness, that's brilliant. Chochuwong trying to anticipate and guess which way the attacking
17-10.
shot was going to come, and got it completely wrong.
But I liked it that she guessed, and that's what you've got to endure as a player. You've got to be willing to sometimes look completely stupid. Otherwise, you're never right. If you don't take some chances, you'll never win.
Punch clear from the left-hander.
18-10.
Seven straight points. Yes.
Well played.
Serves over. 11-18.
Well, a run of points comes to an end, but I think the damage has probably been done. It's a very commanding lead in this opening game.
Yeah. I think we've sometimes seen Marin having a little bit of problems closing out the games with a big lead. So we saw, was it Taisi Ying in the final last week come back and make the scoreline respectable, but she was far behind when we got to 18 or 19.
12-18.
Oh, that's one left. Oh my goodness.
13-18.
Yeah.
Serves over.
She really explores all corners of
19-13.
the court, doesn't she, Carolina Marin? Making her opponent move the full diagonal. She'd played her in the deep backhand corner, then brought her forward to the forehand net, and then the next push to the deep backhand corner again.
And caught Chochuwong a little bit off guard because she lacked the length on the last shot there, so Marin was able to intercept, and that makes it difficult. Good shot, good shot. That's a good shot, Chuchuwong.
Yes. Now she tried to do that earlier, and that's when I made the comment
20.
about
Game point
sometimes
13.
when you're trying to play a more
Yeah.
aggressive game, you sometimes make mistakes, but that was perfect, and I'd like to see that with a player, that they haven't given up on that shot.
Yeah. And she
Made a
also,
mistake before, make a winner this time.
she also played a very good one on a cross drop shot that stopped like that, and I can tell you that's a shot that Marin has been working on for years. So it's
Yeah.
a sign of confidence that it's in her game now.
Yeah. Well, she's earned herself 7 game point opportunities as Carolina Marin.
Game.
Converts on her first game point opportunity.
First game won by
21-13.
Carolina Marin. 21-13.
Well, that was impressive, especially her run from 11-10 to 18-10, those 7 straight points sealed the fate of the opening game.
Repíteme
21-13.
Entonces al fondo metemos presión con finta si puedes, y si no, repíteme. ¿Vale? Para ello tienes que levantar. ¿Vale? Y luego recordamos, luchamos por todos los volantes. Lo que estás haciendo ahora, luchamos por todos los volantes. Tú estás desesperada, que no puede acabar. ¿Vale? Y tenemos que mantenerla ahí. Entonces, lucha por todo. Si él está atacando, lo devuelve. ¿Vale? Y eso es lo que tú te...
บีบเกมเอาลงหยอกข้างหน้าเลี้ยวอะไรก็ได้นะไม่ใช่เราเข้าอย่างนี้แทงเขาไปหลังเราหงายท้องทุกทีเลย เราต้องบีบเกมถ้าเราตีปกติสไตล์ปกติอ่ะไม่ได้ยังไงก็ไม่ได้ต้องฝืนเอาลงใช่ไหมถ้าอยากจี้ต้องออกมาให้เร็วไม่ใช่เราหงายแล้วจี้ไม่เอาเอาลงเอาจะลงซ้ายเอาลงอะไรก็แล้วแต่จะเคลียร์ลงแล้วเขาก็ไปหลังนี่แค่มีอยู่อย่างเดียวเลยคือเกิดขึ้นเขาพอก็ทำ
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Thank you.
Pornpawee Chochuwong's coach using all of his allotted time, imparting a lot of
Second
information.
game. Level. Late.
Oh, I thought that was going wide still.
That is.
One love.
Oh my goodness, completely missed
Serves
that.
over. 1-all.
Well, Carolina Marin started the week as the #1 seed because she finished the year ranked #1 on the World Tour rankings, and it was actually the second time that she'd finished the year as #1, following on from 2015. Oh, that's another one going wide.
Serves
I
over.
think she's been told to hit down the
2-1.
Marin forehand side.
Yeah, that's a possibility. It's the unsafe corner, so to speak, in terms
Yeah.
of sideways drift. But the thing is, if you can put pressure on, it's going to be difficult for the opponent to play straight back, so that you might be able to sort of anticipate a little bit better. What I'm saying is, if Marin tries to play it straight back, there might be a chance that she would put it
Serves over.
right in the sideways drift.
Well, that was a lovely
2-all.
winning shot from Chochuwong.
Yeah.
And where was it placed? Deep forehand corner of Marin.
It's nice when the players sort of demonstrate what we're talking about.
Yes.
Even though this was an outright winner. But it could also be the same. Okay, we think that Marin is more or less closing out this corner because it's more difficult to hit. So I'm going to hit it because I need to be able to play all four
0-0.
corners to beat Marin. Otherwise, I'm
3-2.
too many trolls.
It's good pressure from the front of the
4-2.
court. I thought initially she hadn't imparted enough pressure.
Yeah.
That was sort of going in an upward direction.
She was
wasn't
lucky to get away with that one, Marin. That didn't have the right quality.
it? No. Went upwards. It did go upwards, didn't it? That
Yeah.
kill.
Yeah.
It's not the idea of a kill.
Oh.
Oh, that's very good.
5-2.
Her catastrophic injury, Carolina Marin, when she ruptured her anterior cruciate ligament, one's always assumed that that's playing around the head position is the most difficult for her to move to. But I think that she's worked so hard on her movement, because that is the vulnerable area, that actually she's moving there very well indeed.
Yeah. It's always been
6-2.
an area of attention, the backhand side for Marin. As I recall it, the injury happened on a more or less one-leg jump when she landed down on a more or less straight. What's that? That's a right leg.
Yes.
Just had to figure out that she was
7-2.
left-handed. So she landed down straight on her right leg. And, yeah, that was very unlucky. She's only lost 12 matches since she came back from that. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it's about 20% of the matches she's played.
Yeah.
2.
Now it's beginning to look a little bit like the match they played in the was it the Onyx Thailand Open they met the first time here during
Yes,
the 3 weeks?
It was.
What was it?
Second round.
13 and 9?
No, 8 and 12.
8 and 12.
Service over. 3-8. Service over. 9-3.
She's playing extremely well, Marin. I feel a little bit sorry at the moment for Chochuwong, and maybe I shouldn't because she might still come back. But I actually feel that she's played rather well, but
Very little reward.
yeah.
That's short. Again, she's trying to guess.
10-3.
Yeah. Well, that's at
11-3
3 points
interval.
that she's gifted by hitting wide in Marin's deep forehand corner.
Yeah.
So an 8-point advantage here in the second game, having already won the first, Carolina Marin.
Y echarle al fondo, ¿vale? Está perfecto. Vale. Entonces seguimos igual. Si él le cambia algo, yo estoy.
Vale.
Entonces tú sigues haciendo lo mismo.
Yo no la cambio nada, ya está cansada.
Sí.
Entonces,
Lo único que yo puedo hacer es atacar.
eso es, sí.
Vale.
Lo importante es eso, de volver y mantenerme ahí, ¿sabes?
Eso.
Porque ella se agobia.
Sí. Y si él
Vale,
empieza a
la otra.
atacar, tú defiende todo.
Vale.
เราเหลือเราวิ่งก่อนไปหลังบางทีต้องอดทนอดทนมีสมาธิถ้าเราหลวมหรือสมาธิหลุดเนี่ยจะเป็นอย่างนี้ทันทีนะเขามาเป็นชุดทันทีนะ
So the players return to court, and Steen just picking up on a point you made
11-3.
just now about the fact she's only lost
Late.
12 times since she's had her ACL surgery. Well, today Carolina Marin is looking to reach her 12th final in 19 tournaments since the surgery.
Yeah.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Service over. 4-11.
Coming back from an injury that for many athletes are career-threatening.
It is a career-threatening injury.
So, but it's also, I mean, she's got a really good team around her, and they've met up on Zoom after the victories in the previous tournaments, and
That's
it's
okay.
about
It's over.
yeah.
12.
I saw something on social media about
Yeah,
them meeting on Zoom and discussing the.
There's Fernando Rivas, the national head coach of Spain. He's back home in Madrid, and I think also her sports psychologist I recognized, and here in
That's wide.
yes, here in Bangkok, there's
13-4.
Thompson and the physio. The Spanish physio is traveling with Marin as well, and also Luis Quique Peñalba, the one of the two best male Spanish players. He was initially traveling along to spar with Marin for these 3 weeks in Auckland to have good practice, but was lucky enough to enter the two tournaments, the Onyx Thailand Open, to the Thailand Open, because he was here.
Carolina.
So he got extra benefits from traveling.
Other ways of returning the shot. All right.
Well, the umpire was, we were watching that again, has just had a word with Carolina Marin and said, I'd like you to return the shuttle in a more sportsmanlike manner. Oh, good retrieve. Oh no, it can go over.
Serves over. 14-5. Serves over. 6-14.
That's a super shot from Chochuwong.
7-14.
Really had some success with her cross attacks.
These are the sort of shots that I was so impressed with when she was playing in the group stage, especially against a fellow Thai player, Ratchanok Intanon, and also against Tai Su Ying. I thought she was hitting numerous winners with that shot.
Yeah, she was. The problem for her here is that quite often she's under so much pressure time-wise that she has no time to hit the shot. That's what I feel Marin's been doing over these past 3 weeks. She's
14.
put her opponents under so much pressure that she's been able to anticipate better. Players with great technical skills like Tai Su Ying normally feels that she can hit almost any corner, but her choices have been limited when put under pressure.
Service over. 15-8.
Well, she was desperately trying to get Marin out of position by playing her from side to side.
Yeah.
But Marin was alert to it. Great lift from there. Goodness me, I probably won't see any better than that.
Serves over.
Pornpawee Chochuwong.
9-15. Ten, 15.
Yeah, superb neck shot from Pornpawee. Force the short lift.
Serves over.
Awareness
16,
to
10.
block that last shot over in there.
Oh yes. Isn't that a beauty?
Serves over. 11-16.
Oh, yeah, thought it
Yeah,
even wide, that one.
she thought initially it was going to go wide. Chochuwong,
Service
and then
over.
suddenly at the last moment decided she had to play it.
17-11.
Look at that backhand. She's going to leave it, then suddenly thinks she's got to play it, by which time it was too late and she made a complete hash of it. Oh, that's right. Gosh, there must be at least 5 points.
18-11.
At least.
I think you're right.
3 points away from her third final in 3 weeks, Carolina Marin.
Another shot.
19-11.
You mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that Chochuwong herself was to judge how much power she needed to put into that shot. She still played a great tournament, in my opinion, the Thai player.
Yeah, but so far today she hasn't been a match for the Olympic champion.
Service over.
Last chance saloon for
12-19.
Chochuwong. Goodness.
13-19.
It doesn't seem like they've solved the side race drift, any of the two players.
No. That's a great punch there.
Service
A
over.
number of times she's got Chochuwong off balance with that deceptive
20.
attack
Match
and clear.
point 13.
Well, her whole game has been excellent today, and she thoroughly deserves her match point opportunities.
Game.
The outright winning drop shot disguised to finish the match from Carolina Marin. And like Tai Su Ying, she will contest a third final in 3
Match
weeks
won
tomorrow.
by
But perhaps
Carolina
more
Marin.
importantly for Carolina Marin,
21-13.
it's a real
21-13.
milestone because tomorrow will be her 50th career final. What a performance today against Pornpawee Chochuwong. Absolutely superb. But as Steen was saying, Chochuwong really should take an awful lot of positives away from this week here in Bangkok. She's had a wonderful tournament, and to reach the semi-final stage when making her debut at the end of season championships is very special. Their confirmation of the score, 21-13, 21-13 in just a fraction under 40 minutes of play. So semi-finals day continues. Next up, it will be men's singles. Anders Antonsen, winner of the Denmark 750 event and World Championship silver medalist, up against Wang Su Wei, who won the first of the qualifying events, a Saeed Modi 300 in Lucknow. So welcome back to the Impact Complex here in